Mr. Jelly, Jelly, Mr. Jelly, by Roger Hargreaves. Poor Mr. Jelly was frightened of everything and anything. At the slightest little thing he would quiver and tremble and shake and turn into a jelly. It's not really surprising to find that Mr. Jelly lives as far away from anybody that he can find in the middle of the wood, miles and miles from anywhere. This story begins one morning when Mr. Jelly was asleep. It was a beautiful autumn morning. The sun was shining, the leaves on the trees had turned into a glorious red, and the wind stirred gently and totally in the treetops. A single leaf fell gently from the tree right outside of Mr. Jelly's house and quietly brushed against his bedroom window as it fell. Mr. Jelly awoke with a start. What's that terrible noise? He cried. Oh heavens, the house is falling down, no disaster! It's an earthquake, oh calamity, it's the end of the world! He hid under the bedclothes, trembling with fright. After an hour, by which time he realized that his house wasn't falling down, there wasn't an earthquake and the world wasn't coming down to an end. Mr. Jelly peeped out from under the bedclothes. "You," he said, "thank goodness for that." And he got up and went downstairs to make his breakfast. After breakfast, Mr. Jelly thought that he'd go for a walk. He was walking through the woods, which surrounded his house when the worm poked his head out of the ground. "Morning," said the worm cheerfully to Mr. Jelly. Mr. Jelly nearly jumped out of his skin. "What?" he shouted. "Who's there?" And then he saw the worm. "Oh, good heavens, it's a snake! Oh dear, a man-eating snake! Oh, calamity! I'm going to be eaten alive!" And he jumped up into a tree. Well, performance could on from the worm, and he went back to his hole. After an hour, Mr. Jelly felt brave enough to climb down from the tree and continue his walk. Eventually, he came out of the other side of the wood and into a field. Mr. Jelly glanced nervously around. It was an empty field, or was it? Sit in the long grass in the middle of the field, unseen by Mr. Jelly. There was a tramp enjoying a sleep. In the autumn sunshine, Mr. Jelly picked up his way cautiously. He burrowed the grass. The tramp, fast asleep, snored. "What was that?" shrieked Mr. Jelly. "It's a lion! I heard it growl! Oh, goodness gracious! Oh dear! A lion! A huge lion with enormous his teeth! A huge lion with sharp teeth that's going to bite me in two! A huge, furious lion with enormous sharp teeth that's going to bite me in two, if not three!" And he fainted. All this commotion awakened the tramp, who yawned and stretched up and saw Mr. Jelly lying on the ground beside him. "Oh dear," he said, for he was a kindly tramp. "Oh dear," and he picked up Mr. Jelly and placed him gently in the palm of his hand. Mr. Jelly came to and sat up to, rubbing his eyes. Then he saw the tramp's face looking at him. "Oh disaster," he screamed. "Oh calamity, it's a giant and ogre. Oh gracious, he's going to have me for breakfast." My, said the tramp gently. "You're a nervous little chap. And you, what's your name?" "Mr. Jelly." He stammered, "Mr. Jelly. I used to be nervous like you," said the tramp, "but I learned how to not be. Would you like to tell me Would you like to tell you the secret?" Mr. Jelly quivered and shook and said, yes. Please? It's very simple, continued the tramp. All you have to do is count to 10, and then you'll find that whoever is frightening you isn't quite so frightening after all. Then he said to Mr. Jelly, gently down onto the grass. Remember, he said to Mr. Jelly, count to 10 up, and off he went. He went. Mr. Jelly thought that it would be a very good idea if he went home, back across the field, he went, and back through the woods he went. He was walking through the woods, when he stepped on a little twig snap, when the twig of Mr. Jelly jumped twice of his own height in terror. Oh, what was that? He shrieked. That's terrible. That terrible snapping noise. It's a tree falling down. That's going to crush me into pieces. Oh, Clemity, it's a crocodile. I think in the bushes, snapping its teeth. Oh, disaster, disaster, it's... And then he stopped. He took a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He said, and saw that what was gone on Snap was a twig. And saw that what had gone Snap was a twig. A silly old twig. Phew. Mr. Jelly had almost reached out of his house when a leaf drifted gently down from a tree on top of him. Help, police, murderer, he screamed. I'm being kidnapped, oh Clemity. It's ruffins with guards. They're going to. And then he stopped. He took a deep breath. He took a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then he saw what had fallen on him was a leaf. Was only a leaf, nothing but a leaf. A stupid red leaf. It works, he said, out loud in wonderment. And do you know it did work. After that moment, Mr. Jelly became a changed man. Well, can you see that by looking at him, can't you? He never shrieks or shouts or screams or quivers or shakes or trembles anymore. And he never hides under his bedclothes anymore. Well, not very often anyway. The narration was by me, Corin Orange the Cowardly Dog. Awoo!